Probably what lives inside all the shells. Ooh, okay. Go back, man. Sorry.
Is it populated?
It has little legs sticking out. Yeah, see how it is?
Yeah, let's do it.
Being a little greedy goober now. Just eating breakfast. Eggs and leftovers from last night. Kind of taco style.
Birds! A shun ton of them.
A shun ton. Funny they face into the wind. So their feathers don't get ruffled.
Ah.
I want to be hen.
One of these things is not like the other.
This kid's gonna pass out at nap time. Here he comes behind me. Oh, jackpot.
your overall advice is a pass on this one?
I mean, I would buy the drum and I would play the drum. But not everybody would play the drum.
Lisa, where are we at?
Seymour Woods State Nature Preserve in Delaware, Ohio.
Indeed. What are we doing?
We're gonna walk and talk.
Let's walk then.
Cool.
We should have invited the saxophone guy to come and walk with us. To me, there were like 3 main events that sort of illustrated the entirety of that video, because it was actually comprised of multiple days. It's a combination of, I guess, the remaining 4 days then.
Yeah.
Unless we didn't, I mean, we didn't really record a ton every single day, but because we were more focused on like relaxing and enjoying. Yeah, we've also never been on this trail before, so see how this goes.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, so first part of our day,
yes,
we went hunting for sand dollars and other cool seashells.
We did, which is, I know that I said before that Loop Road and the alligators was kind of like Easter egg hunting for adults, but this was also kind of, I mean, but maybe you could bring your kids a little easier to this activity.
Yeah.
And this is something that you had done multiple mornings. This was just the first morning that I had accompanied you, and most of the time I would just drive us to the beach and then fall asleep in the car while you searched for sand dollars.
Yeah, no, morning's obviously the best time since the tide's low to go get sand dollars. So since we were there so early, I just went and got a bunch, and then little kids would come by to clean off their feet, and we had them like just set up because I didn't want to haul back like hundreds of sand dollars. It was fun.
It was fun. It was cool. It was a cool atmosphere. Also getting to see the sunrise. There's a guy out there with a camera and a tripod that looked like he went out there every single day to document that sunrise. So we've got a
crossing of trails.
Got Avery Powers Trail, or Nathan Carpenter Trail. Well, it's a choose your own adventure, and there's also a trail that goes right down the middle. All right, we're being Canada. I'm being overtaken by bugs, Lisa. What happens when he gets to my beard? Well, I guess you live here now.
Oh god, it's freaking out. It's moving.
Who goes there?
Ah! He has like these 2 groups of legs, and in the middle there's no legs. So he like grabs at the front and then he slides the back one.
Yeah, you can see it now. It's so crazy.
I know.
Is that an inch worth?
Maybe. It looks about an inch long. You are a neat creature.
Thanks for popping out of seemingly nowhere. Back to the tree you go. So here we are on Avery Powers Trail.
Avery Powers Trail.
In what forest?
Seymour Woods.
Seymour Woods. Talking about, well, we kind of talked about the seashells, I would say, right? Those are,
yeah.
They're very seashell-y. Oh, we saw that one. It was a full variation of the shell.
Oh, right.
It
had its exact replica, and
right.
it's still intact.
So it was probably a living creature, right? We saw a couple living creatures on the beach.
Which is why I left it in the water.
Yeah, for sure.
And even some of the sand dollars can still be alive too, so you have to check.
Oh yeah, you were telling me that.
Make sure they're not alive.
Yeah, don't be taking live sand dollars out of the beach. That's not cool.
Well, the intentions are good, but yeah, don't. Oh, jeez.
Well, now you know.
Oh
God, there's like, I feel like we're the first people back here, and we're just running into the premature webs. And remember that? I kind of ran into that in the Everglades a bit.
Yeah. What is that on the leaf?
So then it was kind of after the beach, after the shells, we saw a ton
we got to hang out.
of seagulls.
Yes. One of my favorite things is people watching. It's just fun, you know. That's why I was a lifeguard. I can just put my sunglasses on and observe the world.
Yeah.
And hopefully save a life if it needed to happen, but it didn't really need to. But anyways, at the beach, this little kid was having the best day ever.
That's true. And poor him. He was like playing. Yeah, well, he was playing whack-a-mole with like cheetahs with wings, really. Like he wanted so bad to just like interact with them on like a very close level that at the end he resorted to trying to be their friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I'm sure he had fun. I don't know. It's Blair Witch style now.
Oh God. There's a hole in the roof. Okay, it's got like a sign. It's legit.
It's not just some person's house that they propped up here in the middle of nowhere. Oh, yeah, here's the hole in the roof. Yeah,
but this kid, his parents were smart. They're like, we're just gonna unleash you on the birds. He would get going, you know? He's like, just gotta keep going, and get closer and closer. He's like halfway down the beach, and so you'd see one of them like take off and start running, and the mom one time just couldn't catch up. She like had to go back. Possibly a grandparent was there as well.
Should we continue on Avery Powers Trail?
Yeah, but do we go that way or this way? Let's go this way.
Okay.
I'm ready for camp.
Are you? Okay, cool. The cool thing about the all the seagulls there was made for some pretty sweet shots. I know a lot of people, maybe people that have like big parking lots full of them or hang out by a lot of beaches hate them, but obviously maybe you hate them because there's just so many of them, but I mean there's a lot of humans, so oh gosh.
Canada geese.
I guess we have to give kudos to the mosquitoes too.
How about?
Because there's tons of those and spiders. All right, maybe giving kudos isn't what I want to do right now. Man, this place is crazy.
Crazy. So then, the evening we were on the beach one day, and I heard this woman walk by say like, "Oh yeah, the drum circle." And then like a couple hours later, I was like, "Andre, there's a massive log. Don't trip."
Thanks. I almost tripped.
I was like, "Andre, I feel like I hear drums."
I thought maybe I heard one drum, maybe two drums, like a couple guys just banging really hard on drums, but we followed your intuitions.
We followed my intuitions, and we didn't even fully get there. Did we get there? Yeah, we got there, and it was the beginning. There was about 15 drums set up, 2 or 3 guys just kind of messing around. There was some people dancing off to the side, but like nothing too crazy, but you knew it was gonna happen.
It was so cool to watch from the setup like you were talking to, from that to the initial stage of like there being enough people for there to be that first person, which that first guy in his like dancing blanket that got out there, and he was out there for a really long time when nobody else was out there. It was just cool to experience, because I feel like that stuff happens to us on like a cellular level in the form of like quorum sensing and stuff. On the smallest level of something like a bacteria, they're sending out these chemicals. They're also able to receive, it helps them to congregate so that, because some things that they can only do when they're in a certain concentration.
Yeah.
They have to have a certain number in order to do that.
You talked about people like reaching their threshold. So like that guy was like, I don't care.
The tipping point.
I'll go dance. Yeah, sorry, the tipping point. You know, he was like, I'll go dance by myself. And then, you know, the more and more people came out, you started to see like
everyone was starting to reach their own tipping point.
Yes.
Yeah. Because a drum circle doesn't work if tons of people aren't willing to just come and devote their time. And you could tell that people had been coming to this thing for, you know, it was kind of a thing where you come one time and you're like, this is crazy and weird, and I'm totally coming next week with my flaming sword juggling.
There was also the regulars who watched. People would bring like wine and snacks. They were eating cheese and crackers while they watched girls hula hoop in front of them.
Hey. Not a bad way to spend your Sunday afternoon.
No.
They said something about try to do it like 2 times a week.
2 times a week.
We've also heard many different beaches that have drum circles, so it's not an exclusive event that we got to take part in. And there's 2 things that really I regret about that day, but it was also like, it was a cool point to take and learn from. Is one, I can't believe I didn't get out there and dance. Like,
we didn't.
In hindsight, it's such an obvious decision, but when you're in that moment, it kind of shows you if you've got any sort of ego going on, because really the people who were willing to step out on that dance, like that guy in the dance blanket, you could tell he was willing to just, like, he had no,
it's like a scarf.
He had no worries and no qualms about anything. That was one thing that a good learning point, and then another one was how long we stayed there.
I was about to say, I might know the second one. So we were, on Sunday night, we were still thinking that we could only stay in the parking lot till sundown, which was like 8 o'clock or something.
Right.
Maybe 9, whatever. So we thought we had to get out of there. You know, it was starting to get dark. No one was leaving, but we were like, you know,
they're gonna leave.
Yeah, they're gonna leave.
Surely gonna leave. Also, I will just add, we were semi-unprepared for this, and it was getting a little bit colder, so I'll just throw that into the mix of maybe reasons that we did want to leave, aside from it just being sundown.
We're like, they're gonna wrap up in the next half hour. Let's go back. We'll, you know, watch the sunset, get warm, and like eat some food, because we were both hungry. Yeah. And so we're sitting there, and we're like watching the sunset, and we could still hear them screaming and hollering.
Turns into a real tribal-esque sort of vibe at that late stage in the night. And
it was dark, and we're like, oh, they're still out there, so we can stay a little bit longer, but they're still going to be wrapping up. Like, they're going to be pushing them off the beach. So we eventually left, and then, you know, 2 days later we find out that you can actually stay till
They stayed
midnight.
till, like, they stayed way past midnight.
But we left at probably, you know, like 9 or 10, and they had hours left in them.
But we left at 9 or 10?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we left at midnight.
No.
I was like, they definitely kept going when we left.
We thought we had to like go. We thought we were even pushing it. Being rebels.
Being rebels and stoop kids. You want to start walking?
Yeah.
All right.
So that was our day.
That was our day.
We got lullabied to sleep by some drums and watching people boogie.
It was not a bad way to end the night. It was kind of a casual end in comparison to what it could have been if we would have stepped inside that circle. But
yeah, that's true.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next drum circle.
Heck yeah. Actually, definitely next drum circle. You can
believe it or not, after that drum circle, we were invited to 2 more drum circles.
Yes.
Oh look, there's a trail.
Oh, it's almost like we could have gotten here more. All right, well, it looks like we have stumbled upon
the cliff.
Oh no!
More gunshots.
All right, so that was the video.
That was it.
That was the whole entire video, and also this half of the video. So literally 100% of the video has been watched by now. This is just superfluous nonsense percentages, but if you're for somehow just sticking around, reasons don't need to be explained, but yeah, we're gonna go hang out by these cliffs, and I think we might go record a premature Patreon podcast or something. I'm not sure, but we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
up, James?